And welcome back. This is race 6 of the season at round 3 of the European Super Touring Championship. Either side of world qualifying, so there's going to be a bit more rubber laid down by the Goodyear supplied world team. That's going to perhaps throw a spanner in the works on Michelin grip levels. It's also reverse grid, so whilst McNish is 10th, Liuzzi managed to claim P10, therefore he is pole. Ingram 8th, so he's third behind Liuzzi. McNish with his second win of the season and the first one to do so this season as well. Alongside me again, this is Adrian Michael Rees, is Christian Shepherd.
Hello.
They've managed to fix the aircon up here, Swinney, down in the garage. Michael Swinnerton, how about down there? Is it still hot enough for you?
It's warm, I'll give you that. But yeah, hanging out in the back of the garages, it's a little bit more pleasant.
Yeah, once that shade from the stands goes across the garage, I think you'd be free reign then. But we'll see what the cars can do. Heading to turn one once more with a bit more of a deadly cocktail of the reverse grid. Let's see what happens. Off the line, there's the rear-wheel drive BMW already making a decent start, as is his teammate behind him. That is Kubica up to 4th already. But, oh, we just saw Ingram get sandwiched by the Kubica BMW and one of the Scirocco's, and that seems to have given Ingram a bit of a tumble down the grid. Okay, so let's look at that again from the onboard.
Yeah, not a great
There's
start.
Kubica.
BMW come up the
There's
inside.
number 5. That was Nelson. That was nasty. But here's... Okay. Yeah, that... I wonder if that made him lose foot, especially with the Audi down the side as well. And there's Tassi's Hyundai already. Ingram down to 10th, but this is kind of where he was during race 1, and no doubt we'll see him in the midfield for race 2. Liuzzi is away. Capelli is second. Nilsson up to 3rd. Heading for the waterfall once more as a surge. Remember, they can cut the hairpin. Let's see what happens. Down the inside is an absolute swarm of Peugeots. There's one of the Lloyds. Towards on a wobble on was Heidfeld. Still at the back of the pack. Ordonez and Radicic at the back. Hyundai lead through the rabbit ears. There's Nielsen in 3rd. Kubica, Bianchi, Morris. Ingram up to 7th now. Parabolica for the first lap. Oh, wide goes that Scirocco. Almost wide. Well, not as bad as the Nilsson Scirocco was Morris, but here's the braking area for turn 1 at full tilt. And whoa,
3 to 1 don't work.
Unless you're Kubica.
Unless you're Kubica.
Wow, this is going to be on for the next couple of laps, especially if the other 3 behind them tend to want to get involved. First of the Audis, then Gran Turismo in 8th, Dalmas. McNish has fallen back to 12th. So, not too bad, but given the swarm at the start, who can blame him? Waterfall once more, a couple of side-by-sides. As we see Montant Cordial between Peugeot and Renault there. The Tassi Hyundai behind Bianchi there. But look at Gouvan. Down the inside for the rabbit ears, I wonder. There we go. Up to 10th already. With McNish looking to pay close attention to that. Down the inside of the second rabbit ear. There we go. But Vettel looking to capitalise in the privateer BMW. Lap 2 completed, still a bit of a crocodile going on.
Yeah, Tassi just seems to be struggling at the moment in the early stage of this race.
Lutz and Capelli. I wonder if they're going to be... Well, there's Nilsson down the inside of Kubica. If Ingram wasn't there, that would have happened on lap 1.
Do need to keep an eye on those Audis. They have shown some insane pace.
Now Ingram's
Done
back
very
up to
well
6th,
come
so he's
through.
not completely flaked out like he did at the start. I think obviously... I don't think the message got to you yet, Srini, about the first corner from
Here
the
comes
team that
Grandhome
Ingram's running for.
on Ingram.
All I'll say is he had a red mist moment for the first couple of laps.
Yeah, I suppose. And the red mist has helped him. He's back up to 6th. He's also on the tail of the factory Scirocco there of Morris. So let's look back at what's happened at the waterfall on lap 3. Capelli down the inside of Liuzzi. Nilsson very close attendance. Taking advantage of it. Wide goes Capelli. So there goes Nilsson.
It was Liuzzi that went wide.
Kubica still in 4th. Home closing in on Ingram there. McNish back up at 10th, but he's almost getting 9th there.
Slight oversteer there for the TT. Is he really going to throw it around the outside of this corner? Very brave.
Did I just see the McGann on 3 wheels then as it was braking for the Parabolica?
That's quite possible. Dalmas now to 8th place.
With the amount of rear camber on it, that might imply that that was the case.
Very good overtake there.
Van not close enough, but there's the other Hyundai of Tassi looking to capitalise.
Got Percy jump up to 14th place there.
But we've got our first straggler then. I think that's going to be the well, it was Radicic. Okay,
Civic, yeah.
not used to things up this end of the hemisphere. I'm expecting. Well, I don't know if he was expecting more, but Nilsson's got ahead of Capelli. We've no doubt missed something there. No doubt it happened ahead of the waterfall. And McNish
are next to each other
and
now.
Grandhome are close to
Dalmas
each
got
other.
past.
So Grandhome's fallen back.
Yeah, does seem to be the case at the moment. Is he going to hold up McNish?
Again.
No, McNish made a big move on him. He's not going to make it this time. I think they might be playing the team game at the moment. We'll have to see.
Bit more of a racing line, sympathetic towards the tyres as Morris down the outside of Ingram. Well, Ingram's gained a place there. Wrong way round. Ingram's down the inside of Morris and enough of a power through the turn to get enough of an advantage not to lose the position on the switchback. And already on the back of Kubica, who
wide,
wobble on, and that's in the wall. That's okay. That's going to be damage, surely. That's a concrete wall.
Looks like he may have braked enough to avoid the damage there. But unfortunately what it has done is it's allowed a lot of cars to come flying up behind him.
10th already, but down to 12th by the time he reaches the waterfall, no doubt. Or even 13th if Vettel's IKEA BMW is going to have a say in things. That's going to be handling awkwardly. And it still looks it. Because Vettel's there. Vettel's there already. There's Gouvan scraping into the top 10 with Tassi. No doubt trying to get that back.
Yeah, Ingram now will be looking to scrub off the tyres in terms of the dirt and whatnot. And try and get back to grips. Although it looks like he may have already been basically fully recovered. But he's going to be driving with that red mist as said before. Yeah, look at that is a line of a man who does not want to be back in 12th.
Well then, The fact that this is still pointing in the right direction, the fact that it's not diminished in a larger capacity, he must have managed to do something before it hit the wall to do any more damage. We'll have to.
That's at the inside of Guvan. Guvan can just about keep it though.
Get Swinny on the end of that later when we see all the cars back in Parc Ferme at the end of the race. Nilsson still leads. Capelli, Liuzzi. You're seeing a good battle between the Guvan Hyundai, Guvan Peugeot and the Tassi Hyundai. Backstretch again, fastest part of the track.
That's Grandhomme up to 5th now. Now challenging Kubica. This is something we've been missing, unfortunately, due to what's been happening further back.
Plenty of choice today in battles. Some things we miss, sometimes we don't.
I reckon it'd be a bit of a call to state that Grandhomme might have a spot of a chance of winning this one, considering the pace that they've had at the moment.
Now, the Audis were further back to this on the previous lap, unless I've missed something. We're not even
Way
halfway
further
there
back.
yet, and the
They've
action
gone
is still
past
going.
Dalmas and Morris. Well, one of them has instead of Morris.
Look
McNish
for the
is now
Hyundai
7th.
out of the Parabolica, because I think that was down the inside. Oh, okay, no, it wasn't. I thought it was going ahead of the Renault of Capelli then. Nelson still leads. Across the line, Capelli, Liuzzi, Kubica, Grandhomme, Morris.
Oh, Grandhomme just... they're very impatient, these drivers, at the moment. I don't think they're doing themselves any favours.
Exactly the same level of points as race 1. So fastest lap 2 points. McNish still has that. Early days still, half the race to go. Nelson to get the maximum for the race if he stays there, but it's still close.
Nielsen, one of the veterans on this circuit. Certainly in this championship.
He's down the inside of...
Yeah, no, he's just lost out to Capelli.
Yeah. So the power on that Renault was enough to go what looks like round the outside of Nelson. But are we seeing what happened to Morris in race 1 in its early form? Because Liuzzi... Well, no, okay, so Nelson's still close to Capelli. Liuzzi with a bit of a gap. Oh, hello, down the inside of the rabbit ears goes Nilsson, but not enough to get the lead again. But wide on rabbit ear number 2.
Could well be that they've learned from race 1 and have decided to shorten the revs just a little bit, try and keep it a little bit in there. Because as mentioned,
Well, let's see what happens.
They do seem to lose a bit of grip on the lift-off oversteer with less fuel in the tank.
Well, think about it. The wider you go on a long turn, the less
bit of
damage it's
late
going to do to the
lunge.
tyres. But down the inside for turn 1 goes Nelson, already ahead going by the stats, but the
Grandhomme
switchback
did
means
this-
Capelli is leading again. Liuzzi still 3rd. Grandhomme up to 5th.
Not up to 5th, he's been a 5th. He's been challenging Kubica for some time now.
And the top 7, well, in fact, the top 8 are still in the same shot almost. With Dalmas in 8th. Peugeot looking acceptable compared to Dragon Trail still. Could be better. Waterfall again. There goes Grandhomme down the inside of Kubica. Is the move on. Kubica's gone wide. Still pointing in the right direction. So there goes Grandhomme up to 4th. Kubica down to 5th. Onward and upwards towards the rabbit ears.
Oh,
And
that was
there, with a bit of a wobble on,
Interesting.
goes McNish. Nobody behind him. That was all under his control. His incident, so to speak. Kubica, 5th.
They seem to have lost so much time though, but I think that's because they are fairly quick compared to these at the moment.
Hopefully you're down at the Audi garage there. Was there any report of anything technical from the McNish car just then?
No, I think he just got the line wrong going into the corner, went to correct it, which made the back end, which was already, unloaded and light, to get a wiggle on there.
Grandhomme looked to be taking 3rd, but wasn't close enough to get that from Liuzzi.
pole position. Driver at the moment, just slightly struggling.
And all this means that Magnish still has the fastest lap. No one's got enough of a grippy tyre anymore with 5 to go. Well, 4.5 to go.
Looking now on the inside potentially here, coming down into the waterfall.
Morris down the inside of Kubica now. Maybe. Nope.
No such move.
We're sort
into
of
here.
waiting on tenterhooks here for something to happen. That's why we've been a little bit quiet just now. Top 7 into the Parabolica they go.
Yeah, and this has been a favourite overtaking place for the Audis, hasn't it? Going from here, especially into turn 1.
This is where the
Very
power
wide,
gets down.
seems
This is where the
deliberate.
speed and the acceleration should capitalise going into turn 1. There's the
here
onboard with
comes
Grandhoff. There's
Kubica.
Kubica.
Kubica yields.
Was he looking for a switchback? There's Capelli back into second place.
Nielsen getting past. Little bit of an
For the goal.
oversteer there. You do wonder if this is where Grandhomme might make a move now. Not a lot of laps to start making up the rest of the places up. Able to do anything at the moment, and that's McNish up the inside, isn't
Yeah,
it, Morris?
that's definitely on.
For 6th place.
6th place. It's going to be a good day for Audi, even if they're not getting any higher. They're close,
They'll
and
want
that's
more.
enough to get a better
They'll want
manufacturer input into the championship. Whilst Kubica, the sole BMW in the top 10, whilst his teammate is no doubt in that swarm further back, but we don't take our eyes away from this. Heidfeld in 12th. And Grandhomme look to try and get on the inside of the Parabolica on Liozzi, but nothing's come of it. This means that Kubica's definitely on for a move to the braking area for turn 1. If he can just get the power down, but not enough for 4th place. Still 5th, Kubica. McNish down the inside. Oh, we thought that was on then, didn't we?
We did indeed.
Tassi up to 8th.
You're just wondering if they're playing a little bit of the team game, trying to hold off Kubica so that he's in the clutches of McNish, which actually looking at this, he very much is.
Curves. This is 4 to go. When I see 10 and 14, obviously my maths is odd pot.
So, oh, and that's Grandhomme. Up the inside.
Inside, waterfall.
Yeah, he's going to stick this out beautifully. Yeah.
But is he going to
Luizzi
run
nowhere
wide
else
on the
to
ground?
go.
No, he hasn't.
Luizzi had nowhere else to go. That's 3rd place for Grandhomme. Does he have enough laps to catch the leaders at the moment, who have split up at the moment?
Well, if we see the sort of form that happened to the Morris Scirocco, this is shaping up to be a good finish. However, we're seeing the leaders right now. They've just exited the rabbit ears. We're heading toward the Parabolic, and you can see 20th place there with 3 to go. This could be the spanner in the works. This could be Radicic causing chaos.
Yeah, it's just dropped off quite a fair bit there.
That means
Okay,
Morris
BMW.
should be okay, maybe not.
No, they both have. Seems unusual. But oh, Grandhomme is absolutely tearing away and catching right up to the McGann here.
Yeah, the shade has finally covered the entire pit lane as the sun starts to set the other side of the Maggiore hills. Still enough daylight for the cars not to be on medium to light beam on their headlights. 2.5 to go.
Speaking of teams that have done fairly well at the moment, you've got to admit that VWs have slightly shone out here as well.
These is the same cars that took part in last season's Worlds, so they are still a very good car compared to the Golf that the factory team are running in the World Championship. But are we about to see a spanner for the first time in the European Super Touring Championship come into play? Because that's Radicic's Europe car Honda. It's a second-hand Team Tamiya car, repainted in green, and being run by, I wouldn't say a novice, but a front-wheel drive racing on a less powerful car. You'd expect it to be much better performance from the Radicic Honda. With 2 to go, he's about to be swarmed by the top 7. You can see it already. There is Nilsson closing in. The blue flags are going to wave, no doubt. But there's Grandhomme down the inside of Capelli.
Has he got
Switchback
that
is
stuck? He has
okay.
indeed.
Switchback looked to be on, didn't. Grandhomme now second. And already generosity provided by the Australian driver to the leader. But is he going to be a?
Oh,
there we go. Already happened.
Capelli.
You'd think that was out of the way though. That level of racing line to the right-hand side of the track.
Oh no, he's caused a bit of an issue here. That's bunched them all up. A bit
Not
at risk
impacted the leaders though. There's the top 7 now clear of the 20th place car. Not a good day for Radicic, it must be said. A steep learning curve, no doubt. But here is what it's going to look like with almost a lap to go. The climb down of the Scirocco that we saw with Morris could be in full effect, as we're going to see an Audi competing for the win on the second race, having started 9th. 8 places already, icing on the cake in front of him. But it depends if Nilsson is not taking any prisoners this time by. 1 to go, closing into the race for the braking area for turn 1 on board with Grandhomme. Here we go. So not too far close to get ahead that time by, but the waterfall will be the next braking point. Well, apart from this slight stab on the brakes before the shortcut onto the backstretch, down the hill. Here they go, one last time. McNish still with the fastest lap. I think we'll have to focus in on this whilst there is other battles, because this is for the lead. This is for the most important points paying position on the championship. Still a personal best with Nilsson. Here we go. This is going to happen
now.
Okay, maybe not.
No, maybe not.
So it's down to the rabbit ears and the parabolica to go.
Ignish past Kubica.
Capelli there, so we should see Liuzzi. Then McNish, there we go, pushing Kubica onto the wider side of the waterfall, but this is a close battle for the lead. Is it going to be on for the rabbit ears? Down the inside goes Grandhomme, and it's on. It's on with a bit of damage.
A little bit of shoulder barge in there.
It's already on. I wonder if that's going to be words said afterwards. Grandhomme now leads, but the
McNish past Lindsay as well.
McNish with an absolute surge on, 2 places in the final set of turns, but Grandhomme with the win. I was expecting Nilsson to put up a bit more of a vigorous defence, but whilst 19th crosses the line with 1 to go, that's the race done for Grandhomme. And what a day for Audi. Capelli and McNish. What have we got in store here? Okay, Capelli with the 3rd place. Not going to be the Volkswagen Audi Group's day after all, with the Renault in 3rd. And everyone else was like Tassi in 8th.
Were they sandbagging that entire race? Because that seems absolutely out of the way.
Who now? Audi?
Yeah, McNish taking 2 places when he'd been struggling to take 1 for a fair few laps. Ingram, unfortunately, with a 14th place there. Do want to get back?
Well, I mean, if you want to sandbag, you want to do that by winning race 1 and getting 10th for race 2, don't you? And then surging up.
But I mean, obviously, just out of nowhere almost for both of them in that final 2 laps.
We see a climb down here because the rest of the field are about to finish their laps, so we've still got live feed here. How was it for you in the garages there, Swinny?
Yeah, that was pretty frantic from where I was standing. Quick side note on Radicic, the poorest Kiwi in Europe right now. His turbo had given up the ghost, so he was down on boost, which is why he was going so
Right.
slow.
Okay. I will take that back then. I mean, I didn't want to jump to conclusions. It was on talent, and obviously that's the evidence right there. Thank you very much, Swinny, for that. And that means that there are 4 wins in the Audi garage for the European Championship so far. We will come back to you for races 7 and 8, round 4, to give you a points update because we still haven't finalised the points on that. But it's going to be a good day for Audi, no doubt. Going to put them ahead of BMW. Fingers crossed if I got their maths right there. And that means Grand Home should then be in the lead of the championship so far. But we'll keep you posted on that. Before we end then, Christian, how was that for you as a overall weekend? Because we've still got 2 more races to go, mind you.
In terms of the first race, yeah, it was the same as Dragon Trail, but the end of race 2, honestly, that could raise blood pressure across the entire pit wall, in my opinion. That one.
And whilst we had some decent racing, I think this is the best of the bunch so far, and on a good weekend because tomorrow the Worlds are going to be here, same circuit, same grip levels, more action to look forward to. I hope you're there with us. This is Adrian Michael Rees on behalf of Christian Shepherd and Michael Swinnerton. Good racing, everyone, quite literally.